Hey guys, conservative pooper scooper here. I'm actually here back on the YouTube trying to get some additional views on this, so I'm going to drive everyone over to YouTube to go live. So it's my first stream here. Hopefully my audio is picking up fairly well. I hope it is. But anyway, so the title of this is The Real Damage Done to America. And it really shouldn't have taken me this long to realize it. But here it goes. Today, obviously, Nancy Pelosi announced that they're going to go ahead with impeachment hearings, or impeachment inquiry is the official term, against Donald Trump for the whistleblower thing going on right now. But here's the real damage done to America. It has nothing really to do with what Trump has done or even this specific case. The real damage done is I don't care. I don't care because I don't believe the Democrats anymore. They have overplayed their hand so many times, so far, so fast, abandoned everybody really who used to be somewhat neutral. And I think that it's another case like that. It's another one where they're just going to blow it out of the proportion. No one really is going to care. And I apologize if this sounds a little sketch. It's I'm just kind of shooting from the hip here and playing off, the top of my head. But honestly, whenever they say they want to protect the Constitution or they quote the founding fathers or they do anything like that, I don't believe them. I don't have enough trust in them to believe that that's what they want, and they have shown time and time again that they don't really care about those things. They only seem to care when it's the other side perceived to violate them. And that's not good enough. You can't live like that. You can't continue to try to push that narrative if you don't back it up on your own turf, on yourself. If you don't seem to live by it, and they don't live by it. They've shown again and again with gun rights and outright lying about firearms and statistics and the ownership of them and school choice. They've outright lied about things like that. And then they care about this alleged whistleblower who is yet another anonymous source who apparently filed a report that may or may not be credible, who has a lawyer who is a DNC hack. Okay, so I think this is another politically motivated, politically charged attempt to get rid of Donald Trump. I don't think it's anything different than the Russia investigation, which was really just a hack. And that really is a problem. It's not a good thing that I feel that way, because if I feel that way, I guarantee you approximately half the country feels that way who are Trump voters. And I think the reason the blame for this falls on the Democrats is they have pushed this harder and faster than Republicans have. They're to blame too, okay? They definitely have their own share of political hackery, if you will. But honestly, the Democrats have really not let things go. They've just continued to push and push and push and drive, and they never forgive, they never forget. And that is hurting them right now, because they have driven Republicans to feel the same way and also not want to be forgiving of the transgressions Democrats have. And the reason is because they just never call themselves out on this same stuff. It's really ridiculous. They want to subvert the Constitution where they want to, but God forbid you try to. And I'm not saying Donald Trump has subverted the Constitution. In fact, if he called Ukraine because Joe Biden actually did illegal stuff and he didn't actually do a quid pro quo, which it doesn't look like he did. And in fact, the whistleblower doesn't look like he would have had any knowledge of the phone call other than it occurred, which is another sign that it's just a political hack job. Then it's evidence gathering. It's not anything illegal. It's not a violation of the Constitution. It's certainly not a violation of the presidential powers. He is gathering evidence of a potential crime committed by Joe Biden, if Trump's story is to be believed. Now, if the Democrats are to be believed that he actually withheld funding until he put pressure on the Ukrainian government to give political points to himself, then yeah, he should be absolutely impeached. But I don't believe them. And that's a real issue, because people on the left don't believe Republicans when they talk, and people on the right don't believe Democrats when they talk. And if we can't believe the opposite side is at least got enough honor and enough dignity to tell us the truth on something as important as an impeachment proceeding, then they really need to move on. We have an issue. That's a big problem, right? I would expect that if somebody actually cared enough about the Constitution, they don't enforce it just on themselves. They would enforce it extra on themselves, not just the opposition, right? So that's the real damage done to America, is that we cannot believe the opposing side anymore because the lies have gotten so deep and the political hackery has gotten to the point where just you shouldn't believe them. Not only do I not believe them, I have no reason to believe them. I have no reason that I should believe them, and neither do you. I guess we're going to see how this plays out. It's going to be laughable, I'm pretty sure, especially since there's not going to be a designated committee. It's just all the committees are going to be investigating independently, according to what Nancy Pelosi has said. And there was a guy on the radio on my way home who, was breaking the story as it happened. And he's right. There is one group of people who is going to win, and that is Second Amendment advocates, because everything is going to be bogged down in Congress. There's going to be no progress made on that, which, as a Second Amendment advocate, I am thankful for. But again, that shouldn't even be the takeaway. The takeaway should be we need a government that, even when you disagree with the opposing side, even when you think that their ideas are not going to be successful and why, that when they tell you they want to defend the Constitution, or they tell you they want to honor the founding fathers and the way the country was founded, that you at least believe that. You at least believe that they are okay with, supporting the institutions that made America great to begin with. And we are great. We are one of the greatest countries that has ever existed, if not the greatest, which I'm pretty sure we are the greatest. Not that we're perfect. Okay, we have our faults. But honestly, every country who has freedom has it because we started it. And when Nancy Pelosi said, are we going to have a monarch? They came out of the first constitutional or congressional hearing and said, we're going to have a monarchy or republic. Everyone cheered when they said we're going to have a republic. She doesn't act like it. The Democrat Party doesn't act like it. And we're not a democracy. We are a republic. At least get that right. Anyway, again, this was kind of off the top of my head, so if it's a little disjointed or messed up, it is what it is. But, it's what I believe. It's the stuff I believe. That's all I ever try to share is the stuff that I actually believe. Everything I just make up. I don't have a writer or a team or anything like that. So anyway, we'll see how it plays out. There might have been wrongdoing on behalf of Trump, but I don't believe it. I simply don't believe it. I think this is another attempt by the Democrats to remove Donald Trump, as they have tried to do for the past 3 years. So be it. Conservative Pooper Scooper signing out.